Welcome friends to my channel StatInfy, where we have started a lecture series on sample survey. This is the third part of the series, and in this part we shall talk about sampling distribution and standard error. So what is sampling distribution? Sampling distribution is the frequency distribution of the statistics, or you can say that it is a probability distribution of the statistic. Now let's understand this with the help of a picture. So suppose this is the target population. Okay, so this is the target population of size capital N, and we want to draw a sample of size small n. So in how many ways we can draw a sample of size small n from the target population of size capital N? So we can draw a sample of size small n in NCN ways from the target population of size capital N. Okay, and that means we can draw NCN samples of size n from the same target population of size capital N. Okay, and from each of the sample combination we can calculate our statistics. Okay, so you can see that you can draw this sample like this, you can draw sample like this. Okay, and from every sample we can calculate our statistics. Okay, so what is statistics? Statistic is a function which is based on the sample observation. Okay, so whatever statistics we calculate from this one is not going to be same to the statistics which you calculate from this sample. Again, this will not going to be same to the statistics which you calculate from this sample. Okay, and so on. Okay, so that means the statistic varies from sample to sample. Okay, as soon as the sample varies, statistics also varies. Again, since we are drawing the sample randomly from the target population, that's why statistics becomes a random variable. Okay, so whatever statistics we get from each of the sample combination, if we tabulate all these statistics in a frequency distribution, okay, that means in one column we set the values of the statistics, and in another column we set the associated frequencies of it. Okay, so that frequency distribution will be called the sampling distribution of the statistics. Okay, that means the aggregate of all the statistics, if it is grouped in a frequency distribution, then that will be called the frequency distribution of the statistics or the sampling distribution of the statistics. That means that particular frequency distribution of the statistics is called the sampling distribution of the statistics. Okay, and now I have mentioned that statistics is a random variable. Again, we know that every random variable is associated with a probability distribution. Okay, and as soon as statistics become a random variable, it will also have a probability distribution. Okay, and the particular probability distribution of the statistics will be called the sampling distribution of the statistics. Okay, now let's understand this with the help of an example. So in this bowl there are 7 apples. Okay, and we want to see the quality of the apples in the bowl. Okay, so for this we just choose 2 apples from the bowl and then infer about the apples in the bowl. Okay, after testing the 2 apples from the bowl, we can infer about the whole apples in the bowl. Okay, so for our convenience, let's give the name to the apples A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, and out of the 7 apples we have to choose 2 apples. Okay, so in how many ways we can choose 2 apples from the 7 apples? We can choose in 7C2 ways. Okay, that means we can choose 2 apples from the bowl in 21 ways. Okay, how's it? We can choose A or B, we can choose apple A or C, we can choose apple A or D. Like this we can choose in 21 ways. So this is our sample. Okay, and A and B is what? A and B are sample observation. Okay, so from this each of the sample we can calculate our statistics. So let's for example we can calculate the mean quality of X. Okay, let T be any statistic and we calculate the mean quality of the apple. So we can calculate mean from here, we can calculate mean from here. Okay, so in this way we will get how many mean? We will get 21 means. Now if we tabulate all this mean in this way, then that table will call that frequency distribution will call the sampling distribution of the statistics T. Again, after calculating the mean from each of the sample combination and getting this table, we can calculate the mean of this statistics. Okay, so if we calculate the mean of this statistic, that means mean of all these mean from the different sample combination, then that mean will be equal to the population mean. Why? because we know that sample mean is an unbiased estimate of the population mean, and in the previous part we have already told that expectation of statistics is equal to the parameter if the statistics is an unbiased estimate of the parameter. Okay, and since sample mean is an unbiased estimate of the parameter, that's why the expected sample mean will be equal to the population mean. Okay, so this t bar is equal to the population mean. Okay, again we can calculate the variance of t. Okay, so we use this formula 1 by n summation xi minus x bar whole square. Okay, so here this t1, t2, these are the statistics, and this t bar is what? This t bar is the population mean. That means this is a difference between the sample mean and the population mean. Okay, so this variance of t gives us the information about the distance between the sample mean and the population mean. Okay, that means how much variation is there between the sample mean and the population mean. Okay, and as soon as we get the square root of the variance of t, that will become to the standard error of t. Okay, that means we know that the square root of variance is called the standard deviation. Okay, but as soon as we calculating the standard deviation of the statistics, that time this will be termed as standard error. Okay, that means the standard deviation of the sampling distribution of a statistics is termed as standard error. So standard error gives us information about the difference between the sample mean or population mean, or you may say that it provides us information about the statistics and the parameter. And if people don't be confused with the standard deviation and standard error. Okay, both are different, they completely different. Standard deviation is what? Standard deviation, this is a formula. Okay, variance of x is equal to 1 by n summation xi minus x bar whole square, and as we calculate the square root of the variance, we will get the standard deviation. Okay, so what is the physical meaning of it? So you can see that suppose this is of size small n. Okay, and that means there are small n observations are there. Okay, so standard deviation gives us the information about the variation between the individual observations with its respective mean. Okay, suppose this is of size n, that means there are n observations, so we can calculate the mean. So how much variation is there between the individual observations and its respective mean? So standard deviation gives us the information about the distance between the each of the individual observations with its respective mean. Okay, and standard error do what? Standard error, this is the target population of size n. Okay, and we draw a sample of size small n. In this way we can draw NCN sample combination from population of size n. Okay, so from each of this combination we can calculate our statistics, isn't it? So suppose for example we are calculating mean, we are considering the particular statistic mean. Okay, so if we calculate mean from each of the sample combination, okay, so after calculating the mean from each of the sample combination, again we can calculate the mean of all this mean. Okay, mean of all this mean. So when we calculate the mean of all this mean, that mean will be equal to the population mean. That means the mean of these. Okay, so if we calculate the mean from all this sample combination, and after calculating the mean of all this sample combination, if we calculate mean of all this mean again, then that mean will be equal to the population mean. Okay, so you can see that variance of x bar is what? 1 by n summation xi bar minus x bar whole square. So this x bar, capital X bar is what? This capital X bar is the population mean. Okay, so this variance of x bar gives us the information about the distance between the statistic, that means sample mean, and the population mean. This variation of x bar gives us the distance between the population mean and the sample mean. Okay, similarly standard error gives the same thing, because we are doing the square root of the variance of x bar and nothing else. Okay, so standard error gives us the information about the distance between the sample mean and the population mean. Here we are considering the sample mean, but in general standard error gives us the information about the distance between the statistics and the parameter, isn't it? So standard error is an index of the precision of the estimate of the parameter. Okay, so if the difference between the estimate, that means statistics and parameter, is less, then we may say that our estimate is a good one. Okay, and we can rely on our estimate. Okay, so standard error is an index of the precision of the estimate of the parameter. That's why standard error plays a very important role in large sample theory and forms the basis of the testing of hypothesis. Okay, now what is hypothesis? Hypothesis is nothing but an assumption. Okay, and testing of hypothesis means where there are some assumptions and you have to test whether the assumption is true or false. And now to test whether our assumption is true or false, we have to test it. Okay, and for this some test statistics are there, and with the help of the test statistics we can prove that whether our assumption is true or false. Okay, so if we talk this in a practical manner, you will able to understand it more clearly. Okay, so suppose for example a person is there and he's suffering from fever. Okay, so he went to a doctor and the doctor prescribed him to the test for malaria. That means the doctor is assuming that the person may have malaria. Okay, and he want to check whether his assumption is true or false. Okay, so for this he prescribed a test for the patient. Okay, so for this a blood sample will be collected from the person and it will be under test to see that whether the person has malaria or not. Okay, so in the same way in statistics also, if some assumption is there, that means if some assumption is there, hypothesis is there, so data will be there. Okay, and we have some test statistic. Okay, so we have some tools. That means in the practical example a blood sample is collected. Okay, a blood sample is collected and it is put under test. Okay, so here also data will be there and some test statistics will be there for the particular assumption. Suppose for the assumption is that the sample mean is equal to the population mean. For this particular assumption some particular test statistics will be there and we have to consider that test statistic. Okay, for the particular assumption, and we have to put that test statistics in our data. That means we have to apply that test statistics to our data and we have to see that what is the result. Okay, whatever result we get for the test statistic, after applying it to our observed data, it will decide whether our assumption is true or false. Okay, now if t is any statistic, then for large sample our test statistic is that z is equal to t minus expectation of t root over variance of t, which follows normal distribution with mean 0 and 1. Okay, and square root of variance of t is nothing but standard error of t. Okay, now after applying this test statistics to our observed data, whatever result we get for the test statistics, we have to compare that value with the tabulated value. Okay, some tabulated values are there with the level of significance. Okay, so suppose for example we are considering the 5% level of significance. In that case, if the absolute difference between the t minus expectation of t is greater than 1.96 into standard error of t, the hypothesis is rejected at 5% level of significance. Okay, so what is this 1.96? This is the value of z. This is the value of z test statistics at 5% level of significance. Okay, so if the observed difference between the statistics and the parameter is greater than this 1.96 into standard error of t, then the hypothesis is rejected. That means the difference between the sample mean and population mean is significant. Okay, it is not due to the fluctuation of sampling. There is actually a difference between the sample mean and the population mean. Okay, so again, if the absolute difference between t and expectation of t, that means sample mean and population mean is less than or equal to 1.96 into standard error of t, then this difference is not considered significant. Okay, at 5% level of significance, and the hypothesis may be accepted at that level of significance, and we may say that there is no significant difference between the sample mean or population mean, or you can say that there is no significant difference between the statistics and the parameter, and whatever difference is coming, it is due to the fluctuation of sampling and nothing else. Okay, we may accept our null hypothesis and we may say that there is no significant difference between the statistics and the parameter. Okay, so this is the use of standard error in large sample theory. Okay, and standard error is an index to the precision of the estimate of the parameter, which I have already discussed in the previous slide. Okay, and 1 by standard error gives a measure of reliability or precision of the sample. Okay, that means Standard error gives the reliability of the sample, okay, because it gives the difference between the statistics and the parameter, okay. It gives the difference between the sample mean and the population mean, and if the difference between the statistics and the parameter is less, it means whatever sample we are using, that will be a reliable one, okay. So if the difference between these two, that means statistics and parameter, is less, then the value of the standard error will also be less, and the reciprocal of this will be larger, and we will get a high precision or high reliability for the sample, okay. Thank you. Now so I hope you understand what is sampling distribution, and what is the difference between standard error and standard deviation, and what is the use of standard error in large sample theory, okay. So if you understand, then please like, share and subscribe my channel, and thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you.